Hello my friends, I am your friend Kevin, here to bring you some joy through the Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to it, shall we? Here we go. Angel numerology number 1 day today. It actually is a 10 that reduces to a 1. So the 0 part of the 1, or the 10 I should say, is really the divine. God, the divine, the world, the dreamer, all the energy coming to one. But when it reduces to that number 1, it's really about the power of destiny, magical new beginnings, spark of creation, manifesting ideas, joy, everything coming true, way beyond financial abundance. The number 1 emphasizes the use of the third eye magic to go to work and visualize wishes that you want to come true, which is rather lovely because we've got a new moon coming up probably in a few days. And this morning, as I do most mornings when I go out, I have a colony of cats. It sounds like I'm a crazy person, but 4 to sometimes 7 are out there on the porch waiting for their breakfast. And if it's a clear sky, I can look up typically towards the northern western part of the sky at that time of the day and see the moon. And this morning I'm looking for it and it's not there. Well, I knew it was there somewhere, so I turned and it within the northern easterly direction. I found that fascinating because there was also a very rich, deep amber glow, obviously from the sun, that would be pretty quickly beginning to show itself, or rather the way in which the earth was rotating. And I was thinking that's quite fascinating that they should both be on the same directional horizon, different points in the sky. And obviously we're probably about 10 days away from the midsummer, the summer solstice, if you will, depending on where you are. If you're down in the southern hemisphere, you're approaching the shortest day of the year. In the northern hemisphere where we are, it's the longest day of the year. So, this then takes me deeper into going into the hopes, the dreams, the wishes, and thinking about how quickly we've arrived here, how quickly we've taken a step from the last winter solstice to the summer solstice, and how very fast this experience in life is going. It is moving at rapid pace. And I'm sure you can let me know in the comments just how that is affecting you. But let's move on. The number 1, destiny, expressing bold ideas with directness and honesty. We have the moon in Taurus today. Now I use Yasmin Boland's daily moonology diary because I'm not an astrologer or a moonologer. I'm just fascinated by all this. And the message that goes with it is simply saying you may be feeling like you're swimming against the tide because the strong-minded Taurus moon is present. And the message truly is, don't dig your heels in. Don't be stubborn. Don't be relentless, resistant. It's pointless. What is meant to be will be, which is what that whole message about we start again. And if you notice with these daily blasts, the divine says it's not just a rotation, but it's a forward moving rotation. Things do tend to return the days of the week. We get another Monday and another Monday and another Monday and another Monday. However, each Monday is different than the last Monday. Each combination of angel numbers or numbers, numerology, lands differently than the last sequence of that same number. I'm hoping you're getting the gist of this. Moving on. Message here from Archangel Raziel. As the scribe of mystical secrets, I can help you fully understand at a soul level the cosmic principles necessary to manifest a magical life. In your affirmation, I am a co-creator with the universe. My awareness of divine knowledge is constantly expanding. If we're not constantly expanding, if we're not constantly growing, what are we doing? Where are we in the world? Think about times when you have taken a risk. The challenge is not taking a risk at all. My isms, I'm blessed. That's all you have to say. You could add, all is well, I am blessed, in so many ways. May the light that is created here and now be for the highest good of all. That's my wish. That's what I would like. For the light, for the magic, for the peace, for the joy, for the miracles that get created. Be for the highest good of everyone concerned. If I can turn a frown upside down, if I can make somebody feel a little bit better about their circumstances, or offer some soul-filled suggestions for how to navigate the waters that seem treacherous, that seem challenging. We have the Holy Amethyst here, and her activation message this week has been, I am the light of hope in the world. Not only is Holy Amethyst, but she's reminding us that we are the light, and we should shine it bright. Whenever there's lightness and joy, whenever there's peace and harmony, it makes everyone feel a little bit better. I was watching the final episode, or at least the last clip, of Britain's Got Talent. And there was a choir that sang an original song at the final. And this choir comprises of nothing but farmers. People from all over the country that formed this choir. And the common root was the earth. Planting seeds of miracles and magic that would harvest into whatever it's going to harvest into. And I don't know that there is a person alive in any country, particularly Western country, that hasn't been touched by someone who's a farmer, or the farming community, or something that came out of the ground. Fascinating. Hilarion is our Divine Master. In his message all week long, he's talking about divine emergence. Emerge, which means come out of hiding. Don't be frightened. Don't be fearful for speaking your truth. Standing in your own sovereignty. Sometimes it might be that you're standing on your own in solidarity, like being a little bit different. Claiming your difference, not doing too much to be different, you just claim the fact that you are different. And Louise Hay says today, I consciously identify with happy thoughts of abundance, and my finances reflect this change. Many folks live with a scarcity consciousness, poverty consciousness, and indeed that is real. We see it. We hear it, we feel it, we believe it. We're actually taught it. Our ancestors taught it. You can go back generations. Grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, at some point or another, there may be a vein of poverty or poverty consciousness or lack or scarcity running through all of those generations. And all of those generations pick up the baton with a little bit of hope that things would change, wanting things to change. needing things to change. And indeed they do slightly, but as we've noticed, we're going through our now evolution, humanitarian evolution, and there's a more demand for money and finances. The cost to live, the cost to have a life has gone up. There's also come at a price that there are some that have not yet been able to expand their level of consciousness to believe that they too are worthy of expanding, worthy of being seen, worthy of having a home, worthy of affordability, because they have that plight of scarcity, poverty, all of those things. It does take real courage to see the light and work through it, to trust in faith, trust in intuition, and trust that things are going to work out. We can be blessed, finding things to be blessed by. The Hermit card has popped up regularly. I'm almost going to say that in the last 3 weeks, each week I've done a reading, this Hermit card has popped up, typically in toward the end of the week, the work week, if you call it a working week. And this Hermit card represents introspection, soul searching, a deliberate act of solitude. It's a close ally to the Empress, who's all about intuition, femininity, drive, and the Hierophant, who's all about deep wisdom and divine masculinity. And the Hermit signals a time to step back from the noise of the outside world, look inward, seek your own inner truth, instead of relying on external validation. Let's remember, other people have their own journey, and the Hermit takes time out on a regular basis, particularly have we seen this in this reading, to go inward and seek some truth from inside. Fairies, fairies everywhere. Come forward. We invite you in to bring us a blessing that lands all this perfectly. One more shuffle and take the top card. Peace. There you go. The peace that surpasses all understanding. Now, that works quite delightfully with the Hermit, because we have to get peaceful. We have to be in our own peace if we want to find that higher intelligence. Don't we all want a bit of peace? Some people really try to exist with nothing but noise. They can't stand the silence. Me personally, crave it. Don't know why. I like it when I'm sitting at the salon and my workmate Jessica might be next door doing a massage, and I'm yet to have a client come in. I can just sit quite quietly and peacefully and meditate and just be in that space of peace. So the message from the fairies is find peace on the external level by focusing on achieving the internal peace first, as we see with this Hermit. And as our fairy king sits cross-legged in the lotus position in meditation, he's found deep spiritual peace. He wants you to discover this state within yourself. And the message he's sending is that by spending just a few minutes each day in quiet contemplation, you'll soon feel calm and tranquil. The energy will then expand throughout your everyday thoughts and actions. And make meditation a daily practice and see how much more relaxed and content you feel. We can see this peace lily that he's holding in his hand. Drama-free, easy. They're reminding us that peace is present inside and outside in our everyday life. Seek the peace. For through the doorway of peace, you're going to find the truth. Particularly during stressful situations. And if you just try one step at a time towards peace, one day at a time towards peace, you could pleasantly be surprised by how swiftly, quickly peace enters your life. And when the calmness card, which is also part of this deck, if it appears with the peace card in a reading, which it hasn't today, but we'll just say it would be, it might, there's a level of contentment, a level of calmness within all of us. Feels that we are filled with the contrast of calm, peace, sensitivity, softness, ease, and then the opposite of that, the noise, the stress, the fear, the squeaking and the screaming and the carrying on. Little by little, bit by bit. I've been meditating on a daily basis probably since I found the practice of yoga back in 2008. Quite a long time ago. I went to a class. Typically I had done some kind of aerobic class, step class, whatever, fitness class at the gym. And the low impact class, I can't remember what I had signed up for. But anyway, it had been replaced by this yoga lady, who wasn't a yoga lady at all. She was just a fitness instructor that had gone on a weekend course to learn yoga so that she could teach it to these students or these gym members. And I remember thinking at the time, there's something in this that I need to pay attention to, but whatever's going on in this room at that time isn't it. It wasn't long before I found a teacher that taught me some basic moves, and then a studio that I became a part of a community, and little by little, bit by bit, class by class, step by step. In the period of about 3 years, maybe 4, I'd taken different courses. The 40 Days to Personal Revolution was one. And then I went on several week-long retreats, and before you knew it, 2012 comes along and I am learning, or 2013 actually, I'm learning to teach power yoga. And that's where all of this began to stem from. There was some kind of transformative effect that happened from going into a space of peace and tranquility and settling down. There are still life's contrasts that pops up. They do all the time. That's the evolution and the growth. That's the expansion. The ebb and the flow. In my belief, I think we all spiral upward and then we reach a plateau. Then we spiral upward again. There's another plateau. In each plateau, there's a little bit of a respite and then another wave of growth happens. Well, my friends, that's it from me. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for liking, subscribing and doing all you do. Bye for now.